Hello and welcome to Mark in the Park, the program where we tell you what's going on at Urbana Park District, all the great programs, events, and places you can look and enjoy. Remember, Urbana Park District, you belong here. I'm Mark Schultz, and we're glad to be joined today by Janet Soesbe, Community Program Manager at the Park District. Hello.
Hello.
And we are here to talk about Crystal Lake Park and specifically the lake house. We all know about the beautiful walking paths and some of the paddle boating you can do, but there's also the lake house. What are the features of the lake house? It's that, a lot of times, it's that building by the dock, but what is it? What does it do?
Okay, so the lake house is our little hidden gem, and it is a rental space. In the 80s, it started out as a cafe. It was a full-service restaurant. And when that wasn't working out for the Park District, we focused on renting the facility. So we have a rental room that seats 50, and it's kind of a nice price point. There's, the big hotel banquet spaces, there's bigger spaces, and then this is like a step up from someone who wants to have like a baby shower or retirement party and they don't want 40 people at their house. This is a really nice space size-wise for lots of different functions. So we do rentals year-round.
Okay, so in the dead of winter when you can still go to the lake house. It's not it's not seasonal, it's year-round.
No, it's year-round. And actually in the winter, we have a wood-burning fireplace, and that's one of the amenities that you can add to your rental. And our staff will light the fireplace, they'll maintain it. Some people like to take care of it themselves. They have a fireplace at home and they're really comfortable, but all of my staff are trained to take care of the fireplace, and we'll add logs on it and keep it going for your whole party.
And for the people who haven't been to the lake house, it's very light and airy. There's lots of windows, so you can look out over Crystal Lake Park. It's a very pretty scene.
Yeah, it's a great view. The room is kind of shaped like a piece of pie. So the fireplace is at the point, and then the crust is the window. So they run along, and you look out on the patio. So you can rent the room alone, or you can rent the room plus the patio. So then the patio has picnic tables that are secured onto the deck that are right outside the windows. So you can rent both spaces, and then you'll seat up to about 100.
Can people host weddings there? Can you have weddings?
Oh,
really?
yeah. So we've got the lake house, we've got the patio, and then we've got the lakeside deck, which was just rebuilt a couple years ago. It's this nice giant wood deck space where lots of people bring in an arch, they rent additional chairs, and I've seen people rent pillars and ferns and do all sorts of stuff to have an outdoor ceremony right there on the lake edge.
Wow. So not only can you rent the lake house building, but you can rent the patio and the deck too?
Yes, yeah.
So you can get more than 40 people to an event.
Yeah.
That is a lot of fun. Are you a wedding planner too?
I'm like a little junior, just like I'm a junior meteorologist, I'm like a junior wedding planner. So the record so far is we do showings where we'll show the space to the people, and they'll say, yeah, we like this space, we're going to rent it. And then maybe a couple months down the road, they want to come back with like their mom or their sister, and they're figuring out stuff. And so I've gone up to 4 showings with a party like throughout the year as they're getting ready to plan. So, we're just really good at helping people. It's a very raw space, so there's not, you can either keep it very simple and plain, or you can really add some decorations and really bring it to life. And so it's a really great small space for people who are doing a DIY wedding and they're really interested in hands-on, like making it look pretty.
And just a very picturesque setting.
Oh yes, yeah, very scenic too.
And also the lake house, talk about the amenities as for food preparation. If you want to come and you want to bake something or keep something, or
no baking.
Okay, no baking. Okay.
So we call it a prep kitchen.
Okay.
So it's basically
Prep kitchen, okay.
it's the space that used to be the kitchen for the cafe. So there used to be a big vending window. It's got a nice big island in the center, and then it's got counter space all around. So tons of counter space. We do have a triple sink. We have an ice machine. It's a really giant ice machine. Lots of people will come into the facility with giant bags of ice and then realize they don't need them, and they're like, oh no. So we have a really great ice machine. We do have a fridge and freezer that the renters have access to, and then that whole kitchen is theirs alone. Like the boat operation doesn't use that room at all. So they get that whole separate space where, every caterer in town has worked out of that kitchen where they can do all the prep work back there, and then out in the hallway they can bring out like the chafing dishes and the sterno or however they're going to serve their food.
So if you rent the kitchen, you're not competing for space with somebody else.
No, the kitchen comes with the rental room. So in that $60 weekend hourly fee, it's the rental room, the bathroom, the hallway. and the kitchen.
Good deal. Janet Soesbe, our community program manager, is our guest today on Mark in the Park, and we're talking the Lake House, a hidden gem at Crystal Lake Park, a great place to gather if you have a party and you need some rental space. So it sounds like the Lake House is well positioned to host different events, be it a business retreat and, like you say, a do-it-yourself wedding.
Yeah.
So what are some of the upgrades that are happening to the Lake House?
Sure.
We've gotten some excellent things for the business retreat, and if you need some tech and
Right.
yeah.
So this year we got new Wi-Fi. So it's a great strong signal. It's actually it's a public Wi-Fi. It's open Wi-Fi. It's an open signal. So we'll have some people come study on the patio. So they'll have their laptop out. So the signal reaches out to the patio. So that's really nice. And we'll have lots of people doing seminars or retreats where they have Wi-Fi access for their presenters.
And it's a good strong signal. It won't be dropping on you now.
No, never. And then we have a movie screen that comes with, and we have a projector that you can rent. So certain things are free, and certain things cost extra, like the fireplace costs extra, and a projector costs extra. We have a 42-inch flat screen TV and a DVD player. So we've had people do it for a birthday party and play movies for the kids. So we do have those few little extras that you can add to your rental.
Good deal. And also there's some upgraded lighting as well.
Yes. So the Lake House, which has been, I think the Park District's had it for over 30 years. So like mid to late 80s that it came onto the Park District. And we've never changed the lighting that whole time. So in this last year, we upgraded to some really awesome track lighting. And what I really like about it is it's really bright. If you're going to have a workshop, a business meeting, you can see your papers. It's really bright. But every single feature is also dimmable. So if you're having, like a retirement dinner or something like that where you want to have a little bit more of a little mood lighting, you can take them all down. So we've got these really nice, very good like LED lights that are more energy efficient, and we did use grant money to help pay for some of that. And so we've got all new lights that are more energy efficient and so much brighter, but yet if you don't want them bright, you can have them dim too and have it be like a little bit more of a mood lighting.
So they're green friendly?
Yes.
You can see to do your work if you're doing work, and if you need a little ambiance, they'll give you a little ambiance.
Exactly.
All right.
We're really excited about that.
Good. And there's also different programs that people say, well, I don't need to rent the Lake House. There's also programs where people can come out and enjoy the Lake House no matter what.
Oh, yes. So we have certain programs, like we'll have yoga classes there every once in a while. There's a new candlelight concentration program that's being held at the Lake House. During the summer, we have euchre, we have card playing for seniors. We've hosted the Connections Cafe that we do with Clark Lindsay has been at the Lake House. And then the big thing that we do in the summer is we have free concerts. So they're lunchtime concerts, Folk and Roots Fridays, first and third Fridays. We do that with the CU Folk and Roots Festival, and it's so much fun. It's just an hour. It's at lunchtime. So it's those June, July, August Fridays, the first and third Fridays, and it's that 1 hour concert of really great live local music that is free.
So you can sit there and mellow out to some Folk and Roots music.
Or dance. We've even had people like,
All right.
We've had Cajun music, and we had an steel drum band this time. We've had blues. We've had like a giant folk chorus of like the women's chorus, the Coneflowers. So it's all different types of music. It's really fun.
Now, is lunch served there, or do people bring their own lunch?
Oh, you bring your own lunch.
Okay.
So we have just like a snack window with the boat operation where you can buy Pepsi products and like bags of chips and like ice cream. Ice cream sandwich is like the most popular thing we have. We have all these other ice cream treats, but ice cream sandwich is the most popular. And then we have lots of candy, but it's not air conditioned, so you can't have any chocolate. So chocolate lovers,
Sorry.
yeah, it's more like Sour Punch straws, Starbursts, and Skittles because those won't melt.
Good deal. So a lot of stuff going on that people can come out and enjoy the Lake House even if they're not renting it.
Right. And when it's sitting, a lot of times people just come out and have lunch on the patio. And, when there's not a rental, because renters can reserve the patio. When the patio's not reserved, anybody is welcome anytime to come sit there and, set up a tablecloth and make a nice little picnic. It's a great spot.
Great. And we've been talking on a previous Mark in the Park episode with Derek Liebert about Goose Control. So we don't need to get all into that. But you had told me before we started that the geese have been less bothersome up by the lake house.
Right. And they've never really been as bad at the lake house as they are in other areas of the park, but we have had issues with the geese hanging out on the boat dock and causing some problems. And so, like we've talked about, we've really amped up all the different methods we're doing to kind of hamper their impression on the park. And so, we've had, the new green lasers, we've had new treatments, and I think there's a new treatment that we've been doing on the wood deck surfaces that really made an impact this year, and the geese weren't leaving us presents as much this year. My staff are, they're really good at keeping everything clean, and it was really nice this year to not have to spend quite as much time on the control of that. So it's been a really concerted effort of part-time staff, full-time staff, and contractors like the dog service that we hired to do some of the border collie work. And so it's been really exciting to see us making a little bit of a dent in that. But it's always been other parts of the park and the lake house. They don't walk up to the no geese are walking up to them on the patio because, that's not happening, thank goodness.
They don't walk up and quack out
honks.
Honk out the name of a insurance company, do
No,
they? Okay,
never.
all right, okay.
No, but we do have, quite a few people still come and feed the geese in the park.
Don't do that.
No. And we ask them very nicely not to, and then we explain them why. And most people are like, oh, I never really thought about it. It was just something fun that we've always done, So it's just kind of our job to educate people and let them know why it's not healthy. It's not good for the geese either.
No.
I mean, they're not my best friends, but I also don't want people, feeding them stuff they shouldn't be eating.
Yes, and to reiterate, too, that the geese are not harmed in this process.
Oh, never. We don't lay a finger on them.
We just strongly encourage them to go to the other side of the
elsewhere.
Yes, and not bother the lake
Our
house.
patrons, yeah.
Very good. And now, if one wants to go about renting the lake house, how do they do so?
All right, so the lake house is booked through the Phillips Recreation Center, so that's the Park District's main office, 217-367-1544, and any single person that picks up the phone can check and see if the place is available. We have a packet of paperwork. Any staff person can email that out to you. It's also available on our website, so people who want to go to the urbanaparks.org and then click on facilities, they can find the lake house, and they can read all about the lake house and the amenities we have. And there's also a way for them to check online. They can look at a calendar online and see if if they're up at 11 o'clock at night thinking about a facility for, like a graduation party or whatever, they can hop on our website and look to see, oh, this date's open. I'm going to call in the morning and find out about it. So it's always most important to talk to someone in person and call. And
the cost for rental depends on what you want to use and the spaces you want to use. But I imagine it's pretty competitive.
I think it's a real reasonable price from what we've done some research about other, facilities and other like things. So if it's Monday through Thursday, it's $50 an hour for the inside space. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's $60, and then you add $15 an hour extra if you add the patio. So most people in the summertime, in like the warmer months, are adding the patio. So it's $75 an hour.
That's not bad at all.
No, not for what you get.
Yeah. And again, for rental space, it's great. But if you just want to go out and commune with nature, it's also a great place to go to.
Yeah, come out, read a book.
And sometimes listen to some good music.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Good deal. Janet Soesbe, Community Program Manager, thanks for telling us about the lake house, and hopefully we get a lot more people out there. It's already a very
it's pretty popular. As soon as the month is over, we start booking for the next year.
So call you now.
Yeah.
All right. Janet, thank you very much for your time. Janet Soesbe, our guest, talking about the lake house at Crystal Lake Park. And again, if you want to find out more information about renting the lake house, you can call Urbana Park District at 217-367-1544 or look online at urbanaparks.org. And even if you don't want to rent the lake house, go on out and just enjoy the deck, enjoy nature, enjoy some beautiful scenery too. Thanks for joining us on Mark in the Park today. Thanks for watching. And remember, Urbana Park District, you belong here. Have a great day.